comes the most important part. And that most important part will be if we go on that side. Here we start drawing only. This is what we draw. This segment which we have drawn is, I will write this segment as the sinus venarum. V-E-N-A-R-U-M. This sinus venarum is nothing but the posterior wall or the smooth posterior part of right atrium. So therefore here I can write this as the right horn of sinus venosus. Very simple. So therefore sinus venosus has right and left horns. The right horn of sinus venosus will entirely develop into sinus venarum. What is sinus venarum? In cross anatomy we know that sinus venarum is nothing but it forms the smooth posterior wall of right atrium. And how come the right horn of sinus venosus develops into sinus venarum? Because we know that the entire blood from the sinus venosus will be pushed into the right side of the primitive atrium because of the development of the second point, that was sinoatrial fold. As maximum blood is reaching on the right side of the primitive atrium from sinus venosus, the right horn of sinus venosus will develop into sinus venarum, that will be the posterior wall, smooth posterior wall of right atrium. And therefore we have to write that the right horn of sinus venosus will further differentiate into sinus venarum. What about left horn? Note down. On the left side, the left horn of sinus venosus, including the body of sinus venosus. This also is asked in one mark question answer. The left horn and the body of sinus venosus, please note down and draw this structure, will develop into coronary venous sinus. So therefore here I will write down coronary venous sinus, or simply it is known as the coronary sinus. We have learned that in the gross anatomy of the heart. And below that I will write down how it differentiates from, how it develops from the body and left horn of sinus venosus. So the body of sinus venosus and the left horn of sinus venosus will develop into coronary sinus. Please note down. Right horn of sinus venosus will develop into sinus venarum. Now we gradually go upwards. What about the duct of Cuvier's which will open here? Right duct of Cuvier. Now the right duct of Cuvier which opens here, this right duct of Cuvier will develop into intrapericardial portion of superior vena cava. So here I can just write down as the superior vena cava. And which portion of superior vena cava? This will be intrapericardial. What about the left duct of Cuvier? Now here I will show in the same portion, I will just change the color. This left duct of Cuvier will join the coronary venous sinus, and it will develop into, very important, the oblique vein of left atrium. So oblique vein of left atrium will develop from the left duct of Cuvier. Please note down. Then we go above, caudal half of the right anterior cardinal vein. So here this will be the caudal half of right anterior cardinal vein, this much which I have colored. And this anterior cardinal vein, caudal half of the anterior cardinal vein, here I will write down, will develop into extrapericardial portion of superior vena cava. Please note down. What about the oblique connection, if you recollect? That oblique connection here, I want to show that oblique connection. This oblique connection from the left anterior cardinal vein to the right anterior cardinal vein, this oblique connection will develop into left brachiocephalic vein. Please note down. So therefore, this will develop into the left brachiocephalic vein. Now, further above, the left brachiocephalic, the right brachiocephalic and cephalic portion of the right and left anterior cardinal veins need not be explained here. That will be a different topic. This much we should limit ourselves for sinus venosus. Remember, our topic is sinus venosus. Now, one segment which is here. Remember, left anterior cardinal vein, caudal half of left anterior cardinal vein. It will lead to development of, as I had told you, I will show here with a different color. This will be known as the fibrous thread-like structure. It will connect the oblique vein of left atrium, and that will be known as the fold of vena cava or fold of left vena cava, or it is called the fold of Marshall. This is also asked in 1 mark question answer in an MCQ. What about the caudal half of the right anterior cardinal vein? As we have already explained, it will develop into extra pericardial portion of superior vena cava, and right and left posterior cardinal vein. Posterior cardinal vein on the left side will disappear. On the right side it will also disappear, but it is left with cephalic portion of the right posterior cardinal vein, and this cephalic portion of right posterior cardinal vein will develop into arch of azygos vein. This will develop into arch of azygos vein. Here we complete our entire sinus venosus, but please note down, these 2 points are very important. In the third stage we have started with these 2 points about the body and left horn and the right horn, and then the remaining points which we have discussed. Therefore, now overall together summary, the sinus venosus, because the entire blood is pushed from the sinoatrial opening into the right side of primitive atrium, the right side of the right horn of sinus venosus will develop into, this entire right horn of sinus venosus will develop into sinus venarum, or that is called the smooth posterior wall of right atrium. The body of sinus venosus and the left horn, it will completely develop into coronary venous sinus, or it is called coronary sinus. Right duct of Cuvier will develop into intrapericardial portion of superior vena cava. The left duct of Cuvier will develop into oblique vein of left atrium. Then caudal half of right anterior cardinal vein will develop into suprapericardial portion of superior vena cava. The caudal half of the left anterior cardinal vein will develop into fold in the pericardium which is known as the fold of left vena cava, or it is called the fold of Marshall. The left posterior cardinal vein will disappear. The right posterior cardinal vein will also disappear, except a small cephalic portion which will remain as the arch of azygos vein. So this is the entire summary of sinus venosus. Thank you very much.